It's time now for this morning's top story. I'm Jennifer Elliott.
Thanks for choosing NBC 5 News at 6. I'm Craig Smoller.
And I'm Jennifer Elliott. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Police are currently searching for a suspect around 10th Street, and we have been told that actually where we're at, which is on King and 10th, a block down from the district attorney's office, that we need to move. Overnight, firefighters say it went from looking like this, lush and green, to looking like this, stumps still smoldering, the charred remains of trees in piles.
And almost a year ago, this piece of significant art was put in. It's called Open-Minded.
The cost of putting those out. Let's take a look and see what that could cost you to foot the bill. For just a couple engines to respond, it can be around $200 to $300. But for each additional resource, the bill grows exponentially.
And if we got to employ the bulldozer.
You can hear it. What do we want? A contract. When do we want it? Now. That is the chant that's going on right now. Sunrise at 6:30 is just getting started. Coming up, the Olympics are just 20 days away, and while this activity may not be a sport, it is an annual tradition. Look at them go. Well, a look at husband throwing. That's coming up next. Welcome back. I'm Jennifer Elliott with Fox 26. You know, we've had a lot of talk about sinkholes lately. Well, a new exhibit opened up inside the National Corvette Museum today. Remember the massive sinkhole that caused the collapse of the floor inside the Sky Dome and destroyed 8 prized Corvettes? There's that video. That happened on this day 2 years ago. Anyway, the cars were eventually recovered, 2 were restored, and the sinkhole was filled. But because of the popularity of the story, the museum actually turned the disaster into a new exhibit. Visitors say they're glad that people took a bad situation and turned it into something positive. Now, I know that this story hits a little bit hard for our meteorologist, Adam Kovac. How's it going over there, Adam?
Going fine overall.
And I'm joined right now by Senator Alan Bates. But perhaps more controversial, their plan to zone this parcel at the corner of Pearson Hillcrest. However, under the new ruling, they would need to go online to get a certificate proving they've watched an online educational video. Exactly how much this accident will cost, he does estimate that it would be in the thousands.
Jeff's giving me some flack about the last video that we just showed, saying that I said b-ball, but it was actually a football. So I just wanted to clarify that that was a football. Thanks, Jeff.
It could be boot ball, I suppose.
Well, and you know, it would be hard to play anything in the fog because
There we
it's
go.
so thick.
Now, this lady knows how to segue.
Well, it's a little bit of a stretch, but you know, it really would be. I mean, all right, it was just another high-speed chase until the suspects started tossing the evidence. Check this out. Out the right side, out the left, these suspects begin bailing, all right. Those are bales of marijuana. New report ranks the Beaver State top 3 nationwide for job growth. But as NBC5's Rand Christensen tells us, many here are still struggling to find work. After a father and son are caught in the waves, was pronounced dead at the scene. The front seat passenger, 22-year-old Cambria Cook, was taken to the hospital, and the driver, 19-year-old Eric Fisher, only received minor injuries. Police say Fisher was arrested and faces numerous charges, including DUI, manslaughter, and assaulting a public safety officer. The investigation is ongoing. A bee, the buzzing kind, is being blamed for a crash that brought I-5 to a standstill for nearly 6 hours yesterday. The Oregon Department of Transportation says a semi-truck loaded with nearly 60,000 pounds of meat tipped over on the Foothill Road Bridge just north of Rogue River around 1:30 on Sunday. Oregon State Police say the driver was distracted by a bee in the cab of the truck. The driver of the truck was given a driving citation.
And the only reason I'm not coming to you live on camera at this point is because we were inside the perimeter of this scene, but we were asked to move after the last time we came on air.
And there you could hear the sound of gunfire in the city of Dallas tonight. Resisting arrest charges, among others. Well, among accusations that Ashland High School is violating Title IX requirements. Are teachers all packed up? Can they go back to their schools? What's the situation?
We turned in our keys yesterday.
Earlier this morning, the cross at this church, Zion Lutheran in West Medford, was on fire this morning, and only Fox 26 was there. Being here before the doors open, it's almost a little bit spooky. If you've ever read the R.L. Stine Goosebump book about a carnival, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's also kind of cool. There's a bit of a hum. Granted, that's coming from this bad boy that's right behind me and the air pump that's keeping it blown up. So maybe it's more like the quiet before the storm that we've got going on this morning, because today is supposed to be a very big day for the Jackson County Fair, despite the heat. Think you're the biggest fan out there of coffee? Well, you may have some competition from a bird. Meet Kiara, an Oregon cockatoo who's crazy about coffee. She'll drink it any way you give it to her, cold, hot, with or without sugar. And Kiara has been a coffee drinker for 7 years. I wonder how that'll affect her lifespan.
It is. It's true. It's kind of a neat texture, and even though his coloring is a little different, in fact, it makes him quite unique.
With the Siskiyou County Sheriff's Office, you have this high pressure actually that's built in and no showers on the board. So we're keeping it dry, at least at this point. If we take a look at our temperatures yesterday, the high 84 degrees, much closer to that average of 80. We're going to see that push on shore this afternoon for the coast. It'll bring with it the marine layer. Alturas has already recorded some light precipitation, which is good news because we really don't have much rainfall to attribute with these systems as they track on through. A lot of it is staying aloft in the upper layers of the cloud cover, and it's just not going to make it to the surface. So there's the potential for dry lightning over today and into tomorrow as we see these thunderstorms pass through. Here are these scattered thunderstorms. Now, dry, yes, and that's really why this is a concern. We have a red flag warning in effect for the entire region, and that's because we are going to be seeing thunderstorms without the rain. Well, he got raised by him. He's just like, hey, Dad, what's up?
That can't feel good.
Well, it might tickle a little.
That's cute.
Coming up, we'll have more on today's top stories. Plus, for continuing coverage of those stories, stay with us online all day, right here at KOBI5.com.
More news and weather's next. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
4:30 Wednesday morning. A bomb explodes at the Jackson County District Attorney's Office in Medford, Oregon.
Make sure there aren't any secondary devices, so we're trying to kick everybody back past Oakdale.
Medford police, fire trucks, and county sheriffs rush in, setting up a perimeter that extends several blocks in all directions. Fearful more bombs are at the nearby Justice buildings.
And we have been told that actually where we're at, which is on King and 10th, a block down from the district attorney's office, that we need to move. So we're going to...
Approximately 5:20, as we move out, the district attorney, Beth Heckert, shows up.
I don't know much yet, so I don't know anything yet, really. So.
Anybody working was there at night?
No.
We speak with Lieutenant Mike Bedreau with Medford Police.
A large propane tank that actually was on fire at the time.
He explains the explosion is a result of some kind of improvised explosive device set up inside the parking lot of the DA's office meant to detonate what appears to be a 5-gallon propane tank.
We believe that the suspect intended to detonate the propane tank. If that was the case, the damage would have been extreme.
As the sun comes up, we see the damage, a window shattered. Sheriffs tell us the outside and inside of the building also hit by the impact.
We've never had the DA's office bombed like this or any other county building that I know of.
K-9 units, police, Oregon State Bomb Squad, SWAT, FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives all arrive.
Units arriving on scene did see an individual that took off running from them, but we never found that guy.
Finally, at 10:30, officers hold a press conference at the Medford Police Department.
Are you looking at this as an isolated incident, or could there be more, or taking extra precautions?
I have no idea.
Law enforcement still searching for whoever caused this explosion in a targeted attack now being termed domestic terrorism.